Okay.
Okay, one thing I see already over on your door by your mirror adjustments. See
Right
that
here?
down?
Here?
Yep, where you adjust the mirror. See that auto button?
Yes.
Is that lit up right now?
Yeah, it is on.
Okay, yeah. So that's when the car locks, it's gonna collapse the mirrors. When it unlocks, they open back up for you.
Okay.
So just make sure that light is lit up so that way they don't get dinged in the parking lot.
Okay.
So over here, your headlights are now on auto.
Right.
So you don't ever have to turn them on and off.
Oh, okay.
And then your high beams are on auto now too.
Okay.
So you shouldn't really have to touch your lights whatsoever.
I never touched the light, but when I turn the engines on, I just switch the light. That's it.
Yeah, no, you don't even have to move it now.
Okay, so
you know,
okay.
It's going to have the daytime runners going, and then once it gets dark enough, it'll engage the main headlights.
Okay. So when you turn the car engines off, it's automatically shut it down.
Correct.
You don't need to worry about
Correct.
heat and bearing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Over here, I mean, I'm sure you haven't used it yet, but that's where your heated steering wheel is at.
Yeah, I use this one most of the time.
The view?
For
For the 360?
car. Yeah.
So when you put it in reverse, it's also going to give you the 360 camera up here.
Right.
So it gives you that split screen of the rear and then the 360 camera. So over here, that's all your audio stuff.
This one, I got that, but I'm not sure what this one and that one's mean.
This is if you want to manually shift the car. So when you put it in drive, you can kick it over to the left-hand side if you want to manually shift the car.
Okay.
So that would be like shifting, you know, from first gear to second gear to third gear to fourth gear, and then this would downshift it. 99% of the people will never use it.
Okay.
So.
Never touch that.
Yeah, probably
I
not.
I won't touch anything that I don't familiar.
Yep. This cluster right here, that controls the entire menu system.
Okay.
So up top there, once you start playing around with it, see how it's got I?
Okay.
So I's just got like a whole bunch of different information. So you just kind of put it on whatever one that you'd want. The range is probably the most popular, so you got 174 miles but before you need to fill up. Eco indicator, but your tire pressure sensors are in here. So that's where that's at, and then you can see what's going on with your all-wheel drive system. Those bars will start lighting up and it'll show you where the power's going to, what wheel, that type of stuff. So
Okay. So what is the standard that set up all the time in here?
it's whatever you leave it at.
Or whatever we leave it at?
Yep.
Okay, so the range will be the most popular?
Probably the most popular because it just shows you got 174 miles before you need to fill up. Otherwise, you know, you could have like a compass going or whatever's going on with your audio music. So you just put it on whatever one that you'd want. But if you come over here to the little cog icon, this is where all your safety stuff is.
Okay.
So I'm going to go through this and make sure everything is kind of set. So LTA, that's your lane departure assist. So you can come in here and you can customize it. This is the on-off button right here on the steering wheel.
Okay.
So see how that's on? Now it's that same symbol on the steering wheel. So lane departure, it just tracks the lines on the road. If you start drifting left or right outside your lane, it's going to vibrate the steering wheel and you're going to kind of feel the car pulling you back into your lane.
Okay. So what happened when you switch the lane and you don't signal and it's shaking like that?
So like, yeah, so you'll feel it vibrating, you'll feel
Right.
kind of trying to pull you back into your lane, but you still have full control.
Oh,
so
right,
as soon as you give it an input, it's going to kind of pause it.
Right.
Otherwise, if you use your blinker, it pauses it, so then you don't have that vibration or that sense of it trying to pull you back into your lane.
Okay. And then also you see the speed limit at the mirror. I kind of look that.
Yeah, so that's your road sign assistance. So
Oh.
PCS, that's your pre-collision. BSM, that's your blind spot monitors. PKSA, that's all your park assist stuff. RSA, road sign assistant, that's the speed limit thing that you're talking about.
Okay.
So basically, the camera's up here. So if it gets a clear shot of, you know, a speed limit sign or whatever, it's going to display the speed limit right below or right above the odometer.
Okay.
So, okay, so that's all good. windshield wipers are now on automatic.
The what?
Automatic windshield wipers. So it's got rain sensing windshield wipers.
No, I didn't do yet.
Yeah. So
So.
you just kind of
Oh.
look right there. So right now it's an off.
Oh, okay.
And I know it's off because if I hit up once, it's the miss. It's the single swipe.
Okay.
But one click down, now it's an automatic. So it's got rain sensing windshield wipers.
So when the rain, it's the automatic wiper.
Yep. And it's kind of intuitive too. So it kind of knows if it's misting or if it's downpouring. It's gonna adjust the speed, but you can also adjust the speed of the auto right there.
Okay.
Otherwise, you just keep clicking down. You can manually control all this stuff.
Oh, okay.
So,
Got that, Mom?
Mm.
Okay.
Your cruise control's down here.
Yeah, got that.
Did your BMW have adaptive cruise?
I don't think
not.
so.
What is that?
Okay, so what adaptive cruise is, say you have the cruise control set at 55 miles an hour, and someone pulls out in front of you and they're only going 50 miles an hour. The car's going to slow down and automatically
Oh
match
no,
the speed
the
of the
Beamer
car in
don't
front
have
of
that.
you.
No.
Once that person gets out of the way, then it'll go back up to whatever you have it set at.
Okay.
So, the car with the little radar waves right here, this is the distance between you and the car in front of you.
Okay.
So, me, myself, I'll run it at 1. I'll kick it up to 2 bars if it's icy or snowy. I will never run it at 3 bars.
I usually don't either.
So 1 bar is roughly about 2 car lengths,
Okay.
2 bars about 4 car lengths, and 3 bars about 6 car lengths. So if you leave it on 3, which every time that you turn on the car, it's going to change it to 3, you're picking up traffic way, way, way ahead of you, and your car's constantly slowing down. And then you have people ducking in front of you because your car is slowing down, and you're going to slow down even more. And you will absolutely hate your cruise control.
Okay.
So when you're using the cruise, if you notice that you're too far away, you just hit this, and that'll adjust the distance. So,
Okay. Okay.
now, if I don't have the cruise on, it's not going to do anything. That's only for cruise control.
Okay. So you want to go farther, then you set to a 2 or 3. If you want to go so close, then set a 0.
Yeah, set at 1. Yeah.
Okay. Or set 1.
I'm going to balance out your sounds real quick. So each of the inputs is different. So AM's got its own, FM's got its own. So AM gets a little different treatments, but this way it'll give you a nice rich sound. And of course cater it to whatever your desires. Okay. So now your radio is going to sound much better
Oh.
when you're listening to music.
Thank you.
Now, as you can see, you can program up to 36 different channels. It's a big combined list. You can put AM channels, FM channels, XM channels all on the same list. And all you have to do with this is just tune it to whatever channel that you'd want. And then you just press and hold it. And it just pops down there. So that's how you program like your radio channels.
Okay. And what's the SXM? What is
That's satellite. That's satellite radio.
that? Oh.
That's XM radio. So you get like a trial of it for 90 days, and then if you want to
okay.
continue it, then you call them up and continue the subscription.
Okay.
So, so yeah, I mean, you got your standard audio stuff that's down there. Your climate, of course, if you leave it on auto, all you have to do is just adjust the temperature to whatever you want, and it's going to heat or cool the cabin the most efficient way possible. It'll change where the fan's blowing from, the fan speed, so on and so forth.
So you leave it auto, it does everything then?
Yep, just change it to whatever temperature. Otherwise, you can, of course, manually control all that stuff.
Okay.
You can change where it's blowing from. Otherwise, if you don't want to have to worry about it, just leave it on auto.
All right.
So, also, your heated and cooled seats up here, these are now on auto as well. So otherwise, once again, you just keep hitting the button if you want to manually control the stuff. But with it being on auto, say like I start adjusting the temperature, see now it just started kicking on the heated seats. Now it just turned them up even more. So like when you come out to your car, if these are on auto itself, if it's really hot in here, it's going to engage the cooled seats at maximum. Then it will start turning itself down and eventually turn itself off, and vice versa. In the wintertime, when you come out here and it's 0 degrees, it's going to engage the heated seats at 3. Then eventually, once it starts warming up, then it'll turn itself down to 2. Then it'll turn itself down to 1, and then it'll shut itself off once it hits that ideal body temperature.
Oh, it could do hot and cold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, it's both. You've got your wireless charger up here.
Yeah.
So there's a little power button that's down here. So right now it's turned on because you can see the green light down here.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people just turn it off if you're not using it.
Oh, okay.
You can leave it on 100% of the time. It's not going to harm it.
Okay.
What's going to harm it is if something metal slips down there and you don't realize it.
Oh,
So
okay.
keys, coins, paper clips, rings, earrings, whatever the case might be, they'll fry out that pad over time.
Okay.
So
So
you can't leave it on all the time. Just make sure nothing slips down there. Otherwise, just turn it on and off as you're using it.
Okay, it's
Okay.
off then, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So, you got 2 charging ports right here. So these are designated charging ports, and you can tell because it's got the actual lightning bolt here. The 2 in the back seat, those are
Okay.
charging ports.
Okay.
The 2 in here are the communication ports, and they're also charging ports. So if you're trying to utilize like Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it has to be plugged into one of these 2.
Okay.
So, and then there's a nice little cutout here, so it actually doesn't pinch the cable when you're running the cable out. So, of course, you got your cell phone holder here. Best one that they've come up with. It literally fits any phone. So,
Oh, okay.
your front cup holder, only your front one does it. It looks like you guys already kind of figured it out.
Yeah.
But that one actually pushes down. The little push button will bring it back up to the can level. So when you guys go to Starbucks in the morning, you guys got to fight over the good coffee holder.
She's the one drink
Yep.
Starbucks, but I don't.
So this is just like a touchpad, just like on a laptop itself. So just slide your finger across, and then you can push down on it completely, and that's like the enter commands. Otherwise, you can use the touchscreen. So you'll find on this car, there's 2, 3, 4 different ways of accomplishing all the same stuff. You just figure out which way you like best. So, have you guys played around with the nav system at all?
Not yet.
Do you want me to program in your home in there?
What do you mean?
I can program in your home address if you want. Certain people do, certain people
Oh,
don't.
but you want- no.
No, it's okay.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
If you ever want to,
Okay.
you just come up here and hit home, and then you start typing in the address
Okay.
Oh,
itself.
okay.
I wonder if you can program on my phone. So when winter, I just start it in my phone.
Yeah,
Can you do that?
yeah. So we'll have to download the app and get
Oh.
that all set up. But
Oh.
yes,
Okay.
Is that safe though? Download it, having your phone start the
Oh,
car.
you
yeah,
can.
because as soon as anyone grabs the door handle, it's going to kill the engine on the car.
So what?
So you can't use the phone as like a fob. You still have to have a fob to get in here
Oh,
and
okay.
start the car.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All
What
right.
was the red button here?
That's like a panic button. So like if you press and hold it, it's going to, all the lights on the car are going to start flashing, and it's going to start beeping its horn.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
you know, just in case you're in a bad situation, or maybe you're trying to find your car out in the parking lot, you don't know exactly where you're parked.
Okay.
So that's what that
You
is.
could turn on off, right?
Yeah.
If you do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot his name. So you press the button 3 times and the car started.
Yeah, so you would hit the unlock button 3 times, or I'm sorry, the lock button 3 times. So it'd be lock, lock, lock and hold. You keep on holding it. Then you'll start seeing all the lights on the car start flashing. Then you can let go of it, and that's how you remote started from the fob.
Okay.
There is a rhythm to it, so you have to do it 3 times within 3 seconds. If you do it too quick, it's not going to work. If you do it too slow, it's not going to work.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you download the app, if you guys want me to set that all up for you, you can just remote start it from the car. Now, the nice thing about the app is, as long as you got cell phone service, you can start your car anywhere. So you could literally be in California and start your car here if you wanted to. Where this has got a limitation of like 30, 40 feet. So,
Okay. You just use that. Don't do the. You want to do phone or yeah?
Huh?
You want to do a phone or no? Or you do the keys yeah? Or you want to download the apps?
Yeah, you could do it. Put on your phone. Yeah.
But you have to download. Can we do it now or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
你你直接嗰個你幫我咯。
Okay.
your Apple ID password.
你加啲咯。
Yeah, let me see.
Okay.
No, there's too many passwords. Let me see. Works.
Do you want your lights to turn on and off when you open and close your doors?
I want when you open the door and on, and then when you get in, then they're off.
Yep. Just
Yeah.
leave that pushed in.
Okay.
Now that'll do that.
上，你假跳。Oh my.
I have had no chance to read the manual yet.
Oh, okay. They're always interesting to read.
我 pass 出来啊。This is to go remember 哦。
No. You can create a new one or no?
I know, but
Don't do it
we
too.
haven't used
If you
it
guess
before.
wrong like 3 times, it's gonna lock your account. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
It is our
Oh,
third
dia
time.
kali aja.
Okay. Oh. Here, put close to your face. Maybe that'll work.
Like that.
Sure. Let's see.
There'll be like a little face.
Go click on install. Close to your face.
Ah.
You say sign in.
Oh, you don't have Face ID set up for
No.
downloading apps. Well, I'll tell you what. When you guys figure out your password for the Apple ID, stop back in. I mean, we have plenty of time. You're mainly going to use the remote start in the winter.
Okay. Okay.
So, but just come back with your Apple ID password. I can download it, get it all set up.
Okay.
Sync it, all
Yeah, I
that
just
good
wanted
stuff.
to get in the winter time so you don't have to go to your car and start the car.
Yep.
I want to start it and get warm before I get in. Okay.
So yeah, so I mean, like all this stuff is pretty fairly intuitive. Destination will bring up the nav, and you can start typing in addresses, all that type of good stuff. Audio, it's just another way of getting to the audio screens. Phone, of course, it's going to have like all of your contacts, your messages, that type of stuff. Is your phone synced up to this?
Yeah, that's mine only.
Okay. Do you want your phone synced up to the car?
Okay.
佢嘅樹嚟啦，咋？
Okay.
Nope. Was I quick enough with the face? No.
It's
Okay.
Oh.
Sometimes I can get it, sometimes
okay.
I can't. Did you want text messages coming in through the car?
no,
Okay.
no text message.
You don't want your text message?
No text message because when you're driving, it keep text message to there, right?
So if you get a text message in, it will say the person's name if it's a contact or the
Just
phone
right
number.
there,
Oh,
then you
okay.
can
And then
see
it will
that
say
first.
read, ignore, or call.
Okay.
If you hit read and you've come to a complete stop like how we are right now, it will physically display the text message up on the
Okay.
screen.
You can do that.
If you're
yeah.
moving, it will not display the text message, but it will speak it to you.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Sure.
and it's actually a permission on your phone itself. So you just come into your connected device for an iPhone, and then you just turn on show notifications.
Okay.
Oh,
So now it'll get texts and everything like that.
Okay.
Do you want me to make one of the phones a preferred device? So when they're both in here, it'll connect to that phone.
yeah, do my husband's.
Okay. All right. So you're the primary phone. So when you guys are driving independently, it'll connect to each other's phones. When you're both in here with your phones, it's going to
Okay.
connect to yours.
Okay.
Okay, so yep, that's all the phone stuff. So now, as you can see, it's starting to import your contacts and all that type of good stuff. Apps, don't even go in here. These apps are outdated. Your smartphone is much smarter than the apps that it wants you to download, especially now that it has the capability of being CarPlay compatible. They'll just make your life more complicated than what it needs to be. Projection, right now projection's not going to do anything. But when you plug in your phone into the middle console here, that will actually change to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, depending on what type of device it's connected to. And that's how you get into that and all that type of good stuff. If you never use Apple CarPlay, just watch a little 10-15 minute tutorial video on YouTube. It will show you exactly what it can do, what it can't do, how to customize it, the look, the feel, all that type of stuff. Apple CarPlay has 100% to do with your phone and nothing to do with this car.
Oh, okay.
So it's just piggybacking what's happening on your phone up onto the
Okay.
screen. So, info is another screen that you'll probably never go into. Really detailed breakout of like your miles per gallon, your e-owner's manual, that type of stuff. Settings or setup. In here, you can go in here and customize about 200 different options on this car. So, peruse through it at your leisure. If you got questions about something, you can't figure out how to do something or what have you not, give me a call or just stop back in. So, and then climate, just another screen that you can start adjusting the climates and all that type of good stuff. Now, when you're in map mode like this, do you like this view?
I kind of like you see all
What are
the
the
trees.
options?
Oh, okay. So this view is kind of like at a 45-degree angle. So that the map won't move on you. So north is always going to be the top of the map.
Okay.
Otherwise, more often than not, that's kind of how
No,
have
I
mine set up.
like the other way. So when we drive north and they keep going north, I don't want to go like turn up. Not correct. If you go north and then the map and go south or go west like that.
Okay, so you don't like that.
No.
Okay, so then we'll keep it on true north.
Yes.
Oh,
But
So now the map won't move.
right. But can you put to like the regular map that you see all the tree and house? You know what I mean?
the satellite? Is there
The
a
satellite?
or no?
No, not with the Lexus navigation
Okay.
system,
Okay.
but that's something that you can do with
Oh,
Apple
okay.
CarPlay.
Okay.
So basically, these guys over here, these are how you make it in split screen. So you can change it to whatever you want.
Okay.
Like for me myself, like I have my map going in whatever I'm listening to over here.
Okay.
So you can just change it to whatever you want. So these icons will make it in the split screen. By the way, this is the easiest way to turn on and off your AC, because you notice there's no AC button. And then the bottom one here makes it back into full screen.
Okay.
So that's all that good stuff.
Okay. Anything else?
That's a general overview. Do you guys have specific questions? I mean, you've had it for a couple weeks now, so have you run across something that you haven't been able to figure out?
No, we haven't touched anything because we are busy working.
Okay.
So just drive to work and come back, and that's pretty much.
Is there a special button to make the seats go down or no?
There's a latch. I'll tell you what, when we get out, I'll show you a couple things outside the car here for you, too. Okay, so the fobs, you don't even have to use these. So for guys, it's not that big of a deal, but I know for you ladies, those purses sometimes turn into black holes and these things get buried in them. When you get out of the car, see how there's a little groove here in each of these doors?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes.
So all you have to do is hit that button with your finger and it locks the car.
Oh, okay. We didn't know that.
And then as soon as you grab the handle, it unlocks the car.
Okay, cool.
So you don't have to use this unless you want to. I
Oh,
mean, you
okay.
still have to have it on you to start the car,
Uh-huh.
but you don't have to like hit
Push
the actual
button.
buttons
Oh,
to
okay.
lock or unlock the car.
Okay, that's good.
Style type
Alright.
of kick. So if you hang your foot up there for too long, it's not going to work.
Oh,
If you
okay.
do something like this, it's not going to work.
Okay.
It's just looking for that little fluid
Okay.
motion.
All right.
So, as far as like getting these guys down, that's what these are for right here.
Oh, which one? Oh,
Left
okay.
one, right one. So that's how you collapse the seats.
Oh, what is that thing? Oh,
That's-
first aid kit.
yeah.
Yep, that's first aid kit. So, now is the tailgate height? Is that good? You want it up? You want it down?
No, that's good. Yeah, not
good?
not too high.
Okay. So, yeah, just a couple other things that are back here. So,
So you just
yeah, so like
well,
there. say pull that,
Oh, just. Oh, okay.
and it just pops down. You just come back here,
Oh.
and just pull it back up. So yeah, that's how you get down
Okay,
your
alright.
chairs in the back.
And then when you close it, you just kick it.
Yeah, you can also close it the same way. Just line up your foot with the hinge and do the same thing. Or you can hit one of the buttons up there.
Okay, it doesn't matter which button you hit.
No, the
one
left
will
button.
Just close the hatch.
Oh.
The right one will close the hatch and lock the car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the left button. I know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. ผมว่าจริงสิละ
I don't know because it's new. So
Yeah.
down the road you might have a question, but right now I don't.
Well, I'm always here to help you guys out. So if you
Okay.
got questions, whatever, give me a call or just stop back in.
Okay.
One other thing, some people have come across it. So right now the car's unlocked. It's just spring loaded. I'm sure you kind of figured out. You put some gas in here already.
Yes.
But if the car's locked, it also locks this. So I've had people calling me up, freaking out at a gas station. They're like, I can't get my gas door open. It's because their car's locked. It
Okay.
locks this as well.
Okay.
So just make sure it's unlocked so you can actually access it. Because,
Okay.
you know, siphoning gas, I guess, is still a thing.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Well, especially nowadays.
Alright.
I just filled up for $5.79. But I have to use premium, so.
Oh. Why, lo?
Yes,
Okay.
think so. Maybe
So-
down the road,
Yeah,
my
like I
question
said,
they will call you.
just keep playing around with it. If you start developing some questions, best thing to do is just jot them down on a pen and paper. Come in with the list, and we'll just start checking them right off for you.
Okay.
ก็ตัวม้วนหรือลูกเด็กเขาน่ะ
You got business card?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'll grab you one of my cards.
Okay.
So I'll be right back for you guys.
Okay.